They've got their issue with Dubois. We'll see what happens, but that's for them to overcome now, and it's a very difficult situation.
Daniel Dubois can't fight. Fighters' health and safety is the most important thing. So I felt for Daniel, but look, if he rests and recuperates.
Eddie Hearn doesn't mince his words. He knows this is a nightmare scenario. A heavyweight title fight hanging in the balance just days before. That's chaos. If Daniel Dubois is truly out, Usyk's camp must scramble. But for fans, this is gutting. And just when you think it's all uncertainty, Adam Smith jumps in and hints at something even more unsettling.
Heavyweights, they don't have to check weigh, and hopefully they can find a replacement if Dubois is out of the fight.
Any heavyweights that you
Adam Smith hits the nail. Rumors are swirling like wildfire. Getting ill right before media obligations? It screams suspect timing. The whispers are growing louder. Is this a genuine setback or something more deliberate? And it's not just whispers. Johnny Nelson took matters into his own hands to find out what's really going on ringside.
Of course, Daniel Dubois gets ill just around the press conference time. A lot of rumors, speculation.
Johnny Nelson brings confirmation, but it only deepens the mystery. Dubois avoiding the presser, citing sickness, throws fuel on the speculation fire. Why go quiet now unless there's more to hide? And just when you think the silence is strange, Johnny catches another moment that could change everything.
Heavyweight world champion Daniel Dubois is sick and currently being evaluated by the doctor. A replacement is being pursued in the event that he doesn't pass the medical.
Johnny Nelson sounds rattled, and rightly so. Don Charles was upbeat hours ago, and suddenly Dubois vanishes from the picture? This stinks of a last-minute pullout, or worse, a mind game. If it's legit, the promoter's left scrambling for a plan B. But if it's smoke and mirrors, what's the real motive? This isn't some undercard fluff. This is a unified heavyweight title fight. You don't just duck out unless something's seriously wrong, or you're looking for a way out. And when it comes to breaking down situations like this with clarity and no-nonsense talk, Teddy Atlas steps in.
This morning, he was in high spirits saying, Donnie, you're coming to the press conference. He said, no, I'm letting Daniel do the talking. So this is fresh news, unless, you know what, it's a red herring. Unless I'm all right. I'll turn up to fight. I don't know. But what if he doesn't fight? What do we do? It's not the top of the belt. It's still a great belt. Would they be able to get someone in to stand in at short notice?
Teddy Atlas doesn't hesitate. Usyk's not here to waste time. If Dubois pulls out, the message is simple. Bring me whoever's next. Champion mindset. Plain and simple. The show must go on. But hold on, because Frank Warren isn't staying silent either. What he says next will make you rethink everything.
What he wants to do. He wants to fight the best guy available. He was ready to fight the best guy available, the world champion. So give me the next best guy. Well, this guy, you sure? I mean, you want it? Yeah.
Frank Warren sounds more than just disappointed. He sounds like a man who's seen this coming. He lays out the brutal economics behind a fight cancellation, and it hits hard. A full camp, world-class sparring partners, nutritionists, custom prep, none of it comes cheap. But the underlying frustration isn't just about money, it's about missed opportunity, lost credibility, and public fallout. Usyk trained just as hard, and you don't hear a peep of excuse from his side. Dubois, meanwhile, disappears from the scene, leaving Frank to mop up the media mess. Fans deserve better. You don't pull out unless you're absolutely broken, physically or mentally. This isn't a minor card. This is elite-level heavyweight warfare. And if you're not ready now, when will you ever be? And just as we wonder what the next move is, Frank doubles down and starts talking about Dubois' future plans, as if this whole fight was already behind them.
Well, he's pissed off. I mean, he was a big fight. He's trained very hard. If you don't fight, you don't get paid. And you imagine the cost involved in a training camp, booking places to set the camp up, bringing the sparring partners in, the nutritionists, the chefs, trainers and everybody, and you don't get paid. It's a massive loss. You can't insure it. Or if you do, it costs a fortune to insure. But very, very disappointed.
Frank's already planning for what's next for Dubois before even explaining what really went wrong this time. That's all you need to know. The shift in focus isn't on what just crumbled, but on rebuilding quickly before the narrative gets worse. It's almost like they expected this. And let's not forget, this isn't the first time Dubois has vanished before a big fight. He already pulled out ahead of the Joseph Parker bout, citing issues just days before the announcement. Now it's happening again? That's not coincidence. It's a pattern. Meanwhile, Usyk was ready. He didn't pull out. He didn't skip pressers. He didn't cry over timing or illness. That's what separates the elite from the hopefuls. Dubois has now talked himself into a corner. He wanted this rematch to clear his name, to shut the doubters up, to rewrite history. Instead, he's being talked about like a fighter who needs careful management and softer reintroductions. If you're truly a world-level heavyweight, you don't duck the rematch. You show up and swing. And if you go down swinging, not coughing. But if you think Frank was tiptoeing, wait till you hear Daniel Dubois himself talk about how he was robbed the first time. It's jaw-dropping.
And then we'll make our decision afterwards what we're going to do. But Daniel, once he's ready and over his illness, he'll be back into camp and we'll have him out soon.
Is there a possibility? Obviously, depending.
Daniel Dubois says he was robbed. Let's get one thing clear. Usyk didn't stay down. He got up and took over. That's not robbery. That's resilience. This isn't amateur night where you land one lucky shot and run off with the belts. This is world championship level, and claiming a win off a borderline body shot reeks of desperation. Dubois says next time he'd throw the kitchen sink. Well, now was the time. Instead, we're talking pullouts and press conference absences. Where's the fight in the fighter? You can't demand respect with your fists and then disappear behind excuses. Usyk earned his moment. He faced adversity and fought through it. Dubois had his shot, and if he truly believed he could right the wrongs, he wouldn't be sitting this one out. It's not robbery, it's regret. And while Dubois talks about redemption, others are openly questioning if he's even mentally equipped for this level. Tony Bellew didn't hold back.
He's been down a few times with body shots, so yeah, there's definitely this time I've got to throw the kitchen sink at him, you know. Yeah.
Tony Bellew gets straight to it. Daniel Dubois hasn't changed, and that's the problem. You can train with new people, put out hype videos, shout louder in interviews, but if the mindset remains shaky, the outcome won't change. Bellew knows the pain of stepping into the fire. He's been in wars, and his assessment here is devastating. Dubois still has demons, mental scars from Joyce, from Usyk, from the weight of expectation, and when pressure mounts, cracks show. Bellew hints at something no trainer can fix: fear. Fear of pain, fear of pressure, fear of failure. And in the heavyweight division, that's a death sentence. You can't step in the ring with someone like Usyk if your belief isn't unshakable, because Usyk won't blink. He'll walk through fire and smile doing it. Dubois, he's yet to prove he can even light the match. And if Bellew's words weren't cutting enough, his next breakdown of that infamous shot leaves no room for misinterpretation.
This prove he can take a body shot.
Daniel Dubois has got a lot of demons to revisit, and he's going to revisit them in this fight. I think he's in a different place mentally now than he was before the first fight. I don't want to say he's grown up and mature, because I think he's the same fighter as he was. It's just his mental approach is going to have to be different.
Tony Bellew hits the nail on the head again. He watched the shot back and from a fighter's perspective, didn't see anything illegal. Let that sink in. Dubois built his entire case for redemption around one punch. One borderline body shot that didn't end the fight, didn't cripple Usyk, didn't even slow him for long. And now one of the most respected voices in British boxing is saying nope, not dirty. Bellew's analysis destroys Dubois' last remaining excuse, because if that shot was fair, then what followed was a masterclass by Usyk and a collapse by Dubois. You can't keep painting yourself as a victim when seasoned professionals aren't buying it. This wasn't a robbery, this was a test of heart, and Usyk passed. Dubois, he's still searching for answers and maybe now even a way out. But while critics debate that body shot, Joe Rogan had his eyes on something entirely different: Usyk's leaked training footage before the rematch, and what he saw shocked even him.
What's your thoughts on, do you believe it was illegal? I do.
I thought it was illegal or legal?
I thought it was illegal. It's called a protector for a reason.
Yeah.
He hits the protector.
It's illegal.
Yeah, it's below the navel.
It's a low blow.
The navel's essentially
What's your thoughts, Carl?
I thought it was alright.
Did you?
Yeah, but I'm back. I'm a man, so
no. We've all got to go on. We've all got to accept this right now. Was it good for you? It wasn't good. It wasn't good.
When even Joe Rogan is stunned by your training footage, you're doing something right. Usyk's leaked clips weren't just impressive, they were a statement. Rogan, who's seen countless elite fighters up close, looked genuinely surprised by Usyk's athleticism, timing, and insane movement. This wasn't your average heavyweight doing pads. This was a former cruiserweight king, moving like a lightweight, ducking, pivoting, gliding with precision. The way he kept angles, manipulated space. It's poetry in motion. And Dubois? What was he doing? Skipping pressers, vanishing behind illness, and offering excuses. While Usyk was sharpening tools like a surgeon, Dubois was already losing the mental battle. The leaked footage isn't just hype, it's proof of obsession. Usyk isn't showing up to box, he's showing up to dominate. He doesn't care who's in front of him. Dubois, a stand-in, or a prime Mike Tyson. And for Rogan to go public with that kind of praise, it tells you Usyk's preparation isn't just elite, it's terrifying. This was meant to be the rematch where Dubois flipped the script. Instead, it looks like Usyk was about to write the final chapter. And if Rogan's praise wasn't enough, wait till you hear what Amir Khan said about Usyk's power, mindset, and why beating him might just be impossible.
Давай.
Amir Khan's respect for Usyk is evident, and rightfully so. Calling him a beast isn't just flattery, it's acknowledgement from a fellow world champion who understands what it takes to operate at the highest level. Khan knows the kind of pressure Usyk brings. It's not just power, it's pace, ring IQ, and relentless footwork. But here's where it gets interesting. Khan thinks Dubois might give Usyk a harder fight this time. Yet how can he if he never steps through the ropes? All the tools in the world mean nothing when you're not in the arena. Usyk, on the other hand, has done it all. Beat unified champions, fought on enemy turf, embraced war zones and weight jumps. He's a generational fighter, and if Dubois ever had a real shot, it was now. Instead, he's vanished from the spotlight, letting the storm pass him by. Amir sees potential, sure, but potential is useless without presence. And right now, Usyk is the only one walking the walk. But if Amir Khan offered cautious optimism, Oleksandr Usyk himself came forward and exposed something far more raw about Dubois, and he didn't hold back.
Beast, he's a good fighter. He's a hard fighter to beat. And I think he'll learn from the mistakes he made in the first fight against Usyk, and it will give him a hard fight. Look, he has the tools to win.
Usyk doesn't throw shade often, but when he does, it cuts deep. In his own calm, deliberate tone, he echoes what fans have whispered for years, that Daniel Dubois might have a quitting instinct when things get ugly. Against Joe Joyce, he went down and didn't rise. Against Usyk, same story, on one knee, waving off the storm. And now, with just days before the rematch, he's gone missing again. Little bit afraid, Usyk says, and honestly, who could blame him? Usyk is a nightmare for any heavyweight. He's fast, elusive, awkward, and relentless. But champions don't let fear dictate their actions. They step forward anyway. Usyk didn't call Dubois a coward. He didn't need to. His point is clear: when the lights are brightest and the fire gets hottest, Dubois disappears. And now fans are seeing a pattern. That's not bad luck, that's a character flaw. Usyk didn't just win their first bout physically, he may have won it mentally for good. And no amount of camp talk or media silence can hide that now. And if you're still holding out hope for a twist in the tale, just wait till you hear what's coming in the final section.
I think he's a better fighter now than he was the first time he fought.
Maybe, yeah, maybe, because a lot of years, 2, 3, yeah, yeah. Now I think Daniel grow.
And do you think
like a boxer, like a man?
Yeah. Does he deserve this opportunity, or is there someone else more deserving? Joe Parker maybe, or does Daniel deserve his shot?
Yeah, I think Daniel deserve, because Daniel from UK. It's interesting for.
This was supposed to be Daniel Dubois' shot at redemption, the moment he could finally silence the critics, erase the memory of taking a knee, and stand tall as a warrior ready for war. Instead, we're left with the same story, the same excuses, and the same doubts. Another pullout, another letdown. For fans, it's deja vu. For Usyk, it's disruption. For boxing, it's frustration. Oleksandr Usyk doesn't operate like this. He doesn't duck fights, hide behind illness, or skip press conferences. He prepares, he shows up, and he delivers. That's what true champions do. Dubois, he's now built a reputation not for heart or resilience, but for hesitation. And let's be honest, if you pull out of not one but 2 major fights in a single calendar year, are you truly built for this level? The mental edge Usyk now holds is colossal. He knows Dubois fears something, whether it's the moment, the pressure, or the punishment, and the fans know it too. What happens if Usyk finally gets a new opponent? He'll adapt. He always does. What happens if Dubois somehow returns? The question won't be about skill, it'll be about spirit. Does he still have it, or did he leave it on the canvas in that first fight? Either way, the road back to legitimacy just got a whole lot longer. Are you backing the warrior, Oleksandr Usyk, or do you still believe Daniel Dubois can shock the world? Let us know in the comments below. The debate starts now.